Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage, there lived a kind widow and her cheerful son, Jack. They were very poor and only had a cow named Milky White. Sadly, Milky White had stopped giving milk. One sunny morning, Jack's mother said, "Jack, my dear, we need money to buy food. Take Milky White to the market and sell her. Be sure to get a good price." With a heavy heart, Jack set off, leading Milky White down the winding path to the market. Along the way, he met a mysterious old man with a twinkle in his eye. The old man looked at the cow and said, "Good morning, young Jack. Would you trade your cow for these magic beans?" "Magic beans?" Jack exclaimed in surprise. The old man nodded. Intrigued and excited, Jack agreed to the trade and hurried home to show his mother the magic beans. When Jack's mother saw the beans, she was furious. "Jack, how could you be so foolish? Now we have no money and no cow." In her anger, she threw the beans out of the window. Jack felt terrible and went to bed without any supper. The next morning, Jack awoke to a wondrous sight. A gigantic beanstalk had grown overnight, stretching high into the sky and disappearing into the clouds. Wow! The beans really were magical, Jack thought. His curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to climb the beanstalk. Up and up Jack climbed, higher and higher, until he reached the top. There, he found himself in a strange land with a magnificent castle in the distance. Jack walked up to the enormous castle and knocked on the huge door. A friendly giantess opened it and looked down at him with kind eyes. "What do you want, little boy?" she asked gently. "Please, I am very hungry. Could you spare some food?" Jack asked. The giantess felt sorry for him and invited him inside, giving him some bread and milk. But just as Jack was finishing his meal, the ground began to shake, and a loud voice boomed through the castle. "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Quick! Hide," the giantess whispered, and she hid Jack in the oven. The giant entered the room, sniffing the air. "I smell the blood of an Englishman," he growled. "Nonsense," said the giantess. "You smell the leftovers of a little boy I had for supper." The giant grumbled and sat down. After eating, he took out a bag of gold coins and began counting them. Soon, he fell asleep, snoring loudly. Quietly, Jack crept out of the oven, grabbed a bag of gold coins, and hurried down the beanstalk. When he reached home, he showed his mother the gold, and they were both overjoyed. A few days later, Jack's curiosity got the better of him again. He climbed the beanstalk and returned to the castle. This time, he asked the giantess for food and hid in a large pot. When the giant came home once more, the giant bellowed, "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." "Don't be silly," said the giantess. "You smell the stew I'm cooking." After his meal, the giant took out a hen and shouted, "Lay." To Jack's amazement, the hen laid a golden egg. Soon, the giant fell asleep. Jack sneaked out, took the hen, and climbed down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was thrilled with the hen that laid golden eggs, and they became quite rich. But Jack couldn't resist one more adventure. He climbed the beanstalk a third time and hid in a cupboard. When the giant came home, the giant roared, "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." "Rubbish," said the giantess. "You smell the mutton I've cooked." After eating, the giant brought out a golden harp that played beautiful music by itself. The giant soon fell asleep, lulled by the harp's melody. Jack crept out of the cupboard and grabbed the harp. But as he was leaving, the harp cried out, "Master! Master! The giant awoke and chased after Jack. Jack ran as fast as he could and climbed down the beanstalk. The giant followed, but Jack was too quick. He reached the bottom and grabbed an axe. With all his might, he chopped down the beanstalk. The giant came tumbling down and crashed to the ground, never to bother anyone again. Jack and his mother lived happily ever after, with their newfound wealth and magical treasures. And they never wanted for anything again. Thank you for joining us on our amazing adventure today. If you enjoyed our story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And be sure to ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our magical tales. Until next time, keep dreaming big and spreading joy wherever you go. See you in our next adventure. Goodbye, little dreamers.